basic income funded by AI productivity gains, 4-day work weeks as AI handles routine tasks, massive wealth redistribution as AI companies become incredibly valuable, and new forms of human work we can't even imagine yet. But these outcomes aren't automatic. They require intentional choices. So here's what you need to do. If you're employed, start building skills in AI collaboration and creative problem solving. The humans who survive are the ones who augment AI, not compete with it. If you're entrepreneurial, this is your moment. The tools have never been more powerful or accessible. If you're in government or leadership, we need experimentation with UBI, with new work models, with wealth distribution, and we need it now. The train is leaving the station. The question is, are you going to be on it? I believe we're on the edge of either the most abundant period in human history or the most disruptive. Which future we get depends on the choices we make in the next 2 to 3 years. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now, faster than even the experts predicted. If you want to stay ahead of these changes, instead of being blindsided by them, hit that subscribe button, because this conversation is just getting started. And remember, in this exponential age, the future belongs to those who adapt first.
What advice would you give to young people who are thinking about how do you enter the world of AI? What should the skills they develop be?
You know, if you get to very profound levels, you almost get to philosophical questions. In this transition period, the ability to use these tools is both fun and empowering. You know, I used to have an advantage that I have very smart people I can call up when I get confused about physics. But now I actually use deep research, and then I'll send that answer to my, smart friends and say, hey, did it get it right? And most of the time they're like, oh yeah, you didn't need me. And so you can really learn so much. And the idea of the tutors that people like Khan Academy are building, and how we'll get that out all over the world. And so embracing this and tracking it will be very, very important. That doesn't guarantee that we're not going to have a lot of dislocation. But I really haven't changed my be curious, read, and use the latest tools recommendations for young people.
Be curious, read, and use the latest tools, in this case, AI.
Absolutely.
We're at the base of the change. We're not even at the acceleration of the change. And in the next 5 years, there'll be more change that's happened in the history of mankind, between nanotechnology, obviously from AI, obviously from robotics, right? So many things that are coming here. A lot of jobs are going to be disrupted depending on whose studies you read, 40-50% of the jobs. So how do I make sure my kids and grandkids can do well, or you and I can do well, no matter what happens in the world? I think you need 3 skills. Skill 1, you get good at the recognition of patterns. Everything's patterns, history's patterns, financial patterns, company patterns. What you don't get angry all the time, you don't smoke all the time, or you don't drink all the time. You do those things when you're bored, or when you're triggered by sadness, or when you feel alone. So once you understand patterns, you have less fear, because the world is in chaos anymore. And so I really started to get good at studying patterns of all sorts. And then the second skill, though, is if you can use the patterns, now you have power. You don't just know what's happening, you know how to use it. So that's what a great financial trader does. So I've worked with Paul Tudor Jones for 24 years, one of the greatest traders in history. It's all patterns. If you look at somebody who's great with music or singing, they know how to use the sound or the movement of the body to produce a result. A great director knows when to come in, when to come out, what to do with the music. But there's not unlimited patterns. And when you learn how to use them, it's like learning to play the other people's piano. But then the ultimate level is when you become a creator of patterns. That's when you're able to do things that no one else does. You become a master of your particular domain of focus. So I look at those 3 skill sets and I say, I want to make sure that I had that in as many areas as possible. And when I learned how to do that, that's when I started getting the calls.